Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sat Para Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Oh Guru Mauli, please grace us with the consciousness. Oh Guru Mauli, please grace us with the consciousness. My salutations to all the pious souls who have come here. Today, we'll start today's program with a story of a king of Vijayanagar. In South India, there was a place called Vijayanagar, and the king of that place, he did not have any children. He was running his kingdom well for several years. He then died, and then the council of ministers had this question: who will be the next king? Who will take charge of the throne after him? They discussed quite a lot, but they were not able to come to any conclusion. And then they all thought, whenever there was any obstacle on the kingdom, whenever the kingdom faced any problem, the king used to go to his guru. There was the ashram of the guru was nearby in a jungle, and he used to always guide the king on what to do next. So they all thought, let us all go to the guru as well. And then they all went to the guru, that this is the situation, please help us out. All the council members went to the ashram of the guru. They bowed down at his lotus feet, and they expressed their problem, their situation to him. That, oh Maharaj, our king has died, and we cannot keep the throne empty. So who should be seated on the king's throne? This is our question, and we have not been able to come to any conclusion. So we have come here for a solution to you, that whom should we make the king? The guru meditated for a while. He was in meditation, and then he said that tomorrow morning, whoever comes from the gate of the kingdom, from the gate of the boundary of the kingdom, he will be your next king. Make him the king. And he's going to arrive tomorrow morning. So everybody was happy that we are going to get a new king tomorrow. So next morning, since 4 a.m., the entire kingdom, the entire place, the entire state was decorated. There were like rangolis made, dancers were kept ready, and everybody was watching that from which door will this person arrive, and whoever arrives first will be our king. It was 4 in the morning, and everybody was standing waiting. Everybody had come arrived with orchestra, with bands, with dancers, waiting for this person, and they were all watching at every gate, looking for who is coming. It was 4, 4:30, 5, 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. But nobody arrived. Nobody came. And they were all wondering, who is our next king whom we are going to see very soon? And then at 6:10 in the morning, a, a beggar from a nearby village, he entered the state from one of the doors. And he must have just taken 4 steps, and 2 soldiers ran towards him, one of them with a garland, and they all started saying, Maharaj, Maharaj, Maharaj. He was frightened. He felt that, oh, maybe begging is not allowed in this state. And so he started running. But then both of the soldiers kept running behind him and caught him. And then the third one put a garland on him and said, Maharaj, Maharaj, Maharaj. And then he said that I think there is some confusion. I'm no king. I'm not any king. I'm a beggar from a nearby village. My name is Ramu. And I've been begging in the nearby state. You can inquire that I'm a beggar. I'm no king. But nobody was ready to listen to him. The soldier said that we have nothing to do with who you were yesterday. Our Guru has said that whoever arrives from this door is the king. So from today onwards, you are our king. We don't even want to listen to who you were yesterday. And they just took him and made him sit on the throne. He kept saying, I'm not king, I'm not a king. But everybody was playing music. The dancers were dancing. And they all took him to the kingdom with a lot of celebrations. He had not taken a bath since several days. And they made him take a bath in the royal king bathroom. They put perfume on him. They put nice clothes on him. They made him wear jewelry. They made him appear very good. And then they made him sit on the throne. And then after making him sit on the throne, representatives from nearby kingdoms arrived and they brought gifts for him. And as soon as they took gifts to him, he used to stand up and start begging. He used to start acting like a beggar. This was his habit. If he saw anybody rich, he used to start begging. So a representative from any king came and he started begging. This happened once, twice, thrice. And when this happened regularly, he was very upset that by God's grace, I have become a king from a beggar. But my habit of begging is not going anywhere. I'm still begging. So he was sitting on his throne and crying. He was in his courtyard, and for 3 days he kept himself locked and kept crying. He was not talking to anyone. And then after 3 days, he started inquiring. He built relations with soldiers around, and then he asked, why am I made a king? I am a beggar. Then they explained to him that our king has died, and after he died, the king had a guru. He has an ashram in the jungle. We went to him to ask, whom should we make a king? And that guru told us that whoever comes from this door, he will be the next king, and that is why you are made the king. For us, whatever the guru says is above everything else, and therefore you are the king. Whatever he says is the final decision, and therefore you were made the king. So then he realized that, okay, the root of all this problem is the guru. Because of the guru, I'm being made the king. So then he told that maybe I should go to the king. Maybe I should go to the guru. So he went to his ashram, and then after going to the ashram, he told the king that because of you, I'm being made the king. That I have no experience of running a kingdom. I have only experience of begging. I've been begging for 20 years. I know place of every person in this state who gives me anything when I beg, who don't. But I have no experience in running a kingdom. I'm no king. I don't think I can run a kingdom. So why don't you do this? Free me from this and make somebody else the king. Let me do my begging. What is the problem? The guru said, what is your problem? He said that my problem is that if I see anybody rich, I start begging. It does not look good, right? That a king is begging. The guru said, oh, this is your only problem? That's a very small problem. This is a very trivial problem. This can be resolved. He asked how. The guru said, do one thing. Stay in this ashram for 45 days. Do an anushthan. And in 45 days, your problems will be resolved. He wondered, in 45 days, all the problems will be resolved just by staying in this ashram. The guru said, yes. So just stay in this ashram for 45 days and do an anushthan. And then in 45 days, all your problems will be resolved. So the king became ready. He told that, okay, I will stay here, but I have two conditions. The guru said, there are two conditions. The first condition is that you have to tie your hands behind your back. And then you have to keep chanting, I have become a king, I have now become a king, I have now become a king, I have now become a king. You have to keep chanting. This is a mantra. You have to keep chanting this mantra for 45 days. And after 45 days, after chanting for 45 days, you will realize this mantra. And all the problems of your life will come to an end. Then you will prove yourself to be a good king. You will run the kingdom in a good way. So he sat there, he tied his hands behind his back and he kept chanting, I have become a king, now I have become a king, now I have become a king. Day and night he used to keep chanting this and his hands were tied behind his back. After 45 days, he completed his anushthan. Then one day, the guru said, your anushthan is now complete. You have realized this mantra. Now I think you should leave and you will not face any problems. He said, he wondered, I won't have any problems now, really? And Guru said, yeah, just go and run your king. And then he went and sat on his throne. And then his hands were tied behind the back and he was chanting, I have now become a king, I have now become a king, I have now become a king, I have now become a king. He kept chanting this. Representatives from nearby kingdoms came again with the gifts. And when they brought the gifts to him, his hands that were tied behind, he started untying. Out of habit of begging, his hands started coming forward. But he did not take it all the way forward. He stopped. He realized suddenly that I have now become a king. I have now become a king. I have now become a king. He realized. So he took his hands out, but he was not able to take it all the way forward to beg. So he was able to control his habit. Why? Because he was chanting. He was realizing that I have become a king, I have become a king, I have become a king. Because of this mantra, he realized who he was, that I am no longer a beggar. I should not be begging anymore. I have now become a king. It is not suitable that I beg. So he realized this. And then later, he stopped begging. And then later, he became a successful king. He ran the kingdom in a very good way for a long time. So now there is a twist in this story. Instead of Ramu the beggar, keep yourself. Your state is like that Ramu beggar. You have received self-realization. You have become a king. You don't have to beg in front of God now. Because Paramatma, God, is within you. So you don't have to beg in front of God. What if God is within you, what will you ask from God? You should thank God rather. That because of you, my life is really good. Imagine, can you thank someone by crying, by asking something? No. So first of all, understand this. If you have a problem, there is a problem inside in you. Meaning you lack energy somewhere. So if you go to express your problem to God, then how will you absorb energy? If you want to absorb the energy, if you go to a temple, which is a place for absorbing energy, even if you go there and beg, go actually my dear, don't go and beg and, tell your problems over there. Thank God for after you go to some places. What will happen as a result of this? There will be a positive transformation in your life. You will realize what all God have given. You will understand, oh, God has given this, God has given this to me, God has given that to me. So you will start thanking God. And actually, what will happen is, instead, if you go to the God and start expressing your problems, what will happen is your chitta will then go on the problems. Then the vibrations, the energy of the idol of the God, you will not be able to receive, right? You will not be receiving the energy. The place from where you should be absorbing energy, the place from where we should be receiving vibrations. If you keep your chitta, attention on the problems, then how will you receive the energy? So actually, my recommendation is that now going forward, go to such places and only say thank you. Say, thank you, I'm very happy. You have given me so many things. I'm actually very happy. You have given me so many good things. I'm so content. I'm so satisfied. What will happen as a result of this? There will be a change in you. You will be able to realize what all you have achieved in life. Because if you start seeing what all you have not achieved in your life, you will be seeing a lot of dissatisfaction in your life. And if you are dissatisfied, your chitta will never come to the central channel. You will always be dissatisfied, and therefore you will never be able to make spiritual progress. You will never be able to make progress in meditation. In order to make progress in meditation, you should be satisfied. So many people come and say, Swamiji, please solve this problem of mine. Swamiji, please help me resolve this problem. I actually know what is going to happen. They are never able to go. They will never meditate. Why? Because their chitta is always on their problems. I'll explain in another way. There were two farmers. One was Ramu and one was Shamu. They used to work hard in their farms. One day, the king of their state lost his way, and while finding his way, he ran into their farm, and his clothes had become so dirty because he was wandering for so many days that nobody was able to identify he was a king, and he was hungry and he had not eaten for a lot of time, and the farmers offered him food. The king then told that you must have not recognized me, but I am the king of this state, and I am very much happy with your service to me, and so ask anything from me and I'll grant you that. They both said, no, actually we just offered you food out of our goodwill. We have no expectations. But the king insisted that, no, I'm really impressed. Just tell me what you want. So Shamu said that, yeah, give me 8 acres of land so that I can do farming. So the king said, okay. Then the king asked Ramu, should I give you 8 acres of land also? And then he said, no, I don't need anything. He said, no, you have to take something. Ramu asked, will you really give me what I asked for? And the king said, I'm giving you my word. Whatever you ask for, you will get it. Then Ramu said, it is my wish that every Dasera, you come to my house and you have dinner, you have food, you have lunch with me. The king started laughing. If I come to your place on Dasera for having food, what is your benefit in that? Ramu said, I don't know about benefits. It is just my wish that you come to my house for a meal. And then the king said that's okay. And then his council learned about the promise that he gave Ramu, and they all started wondering, how will the king go there? So what they did is they made this Ramu's little hut into a small little palace. Then what happened is everybody in the Ramu's village learned that the king is going to come for Dasera. So everybody started decorating the village. They put new lights, they put colors. And then this was this rule. Every Dasera, the king used to come to Ramu's house for a meal. And then what happened is, right from the kingdom, all the villages that fell on the road, on the way from the kingdom to Ramu's village, all the village developed. They all became good. So what I mean to say is, Ramu asked for the king's proximity. So he also progressed, and everybody in his village progressed, and the nearby villages also progressed. Whereas on the other hand, Shamu's situation was still the same. He had the farm now, but he did not have water for irrigation. In the same way, if you get proximity of any saint, if you get a proximity of any Mahatma, don't use his energy to resolve your problems, because the problems will resolve. but you will create another problem. Why? Because problems are within you, problems are inside you. Till the main problem inside you gets resolved, outside problems will not be going anywhere. So ask for the proximity. I took a big program. I took a big program in Mumbai recently. I was in Muktanand. I was offering services to Muktanand for 1 month, but I did not experience anything. I told him that, oh silly, if you did not experience anything in his proximity, then you are at a loss. It is not important in whose proximity you spend time in. It is important what you absorb from in that proximity. I will give I will give you some measurement of what level you are on. There are some levels in spirituality. The bottommost the bottommost level is that you worship 25 gods. You believe in several gods, meaning your chitta is distributed in 25 different places. Your chitta is not focused at one place. The next level above that is that you believe in only one God. You believe in one form of God. Your focus is in that one form of God. Your entire attention is on that one form of God. This is the next level. The level above that is that you believe in some Samadhista Guru. Believing in Samadhista Guru is the level above that. And what is the level above that? Actually, the Samadhista Guru is the pathway, is the door through which you reach the living saint, living Guru. Just keep one thing in mind. Gurus' physical bodies may appear different, but the element of soul, the Guru element is the same. So the bodies could be different, but the Guru element is the same. Paramatma means universal consciousness, and that universal consciousness, through whose medium is the universal consciousness flowing in the present time. If you are in the present time, if you live in the present, then you will realize who is the present medium. But if you are living in the past, then you will not be able to realize the present medium. So understand this one more time. So if you're looking for a kid and you have his photograph when he was 5 years old, but after 25 years, if you're looking with that same photo, that kid is now 30 years old. So if you're looking for that child with a photograph of 5 years old, he's now 30 years old. Even if he's coming in front of you, you will not be able to recognize him. Why? Because he may be having beard and mustache now, and you will not even be able to recognize him. This is exactly what happens with us. Taking a photograph of Samadhista Guru, you are finding the Guru of the present time. How are you going to find the Guru now? Why? Because the form of the Guru has changed. It won't be the same form that was years ago. The present form will be different. The present form will be as per the suitable present time. But if you catch hold of the true form, the true inner form of Guru, then you will be able to identify. But you have held on to the outer form. The outer form of Guru has no importance. In the Himalayas, a Guru used to never keep hold of the disciple. They used to always send the disciple to the next Guru. Once, there was a river. Actually, not even a river, it was a small stream of water. On the bed of the river, there was a very dense forest. And I was sitting on one side and my Guru was sitting on the other side. And we were both kept our legs in the flowing river water. And then looking at the water, he told me, one day, a time will come in your life when millions of people will be thirsty for your darshan, for getting a glimpse of you. And it was a dense forest, and there was not even a stray dog. I told there's not even a stray dog here, and I don't even know if I'll be able to get out of this jungle in this life. And you are saying that millions will be waiting to get a glimpse of me. He told me that you will not understand this today, but such a day will definitely come. And I was wondering how will that happen? Meaning, Guru speaks at one level and the disciples listens at another level. There is a huge difference. There is a huge difference between the levels of at which Guru speaks and at which the Guru disciples. This There's an interval of time. The era of Karuna is going to come. I had said this 40 years ago that I will not be able to give darshan to anyone at one time. So the Gurus had predicted this 40 years ago, but I could not understand this at that time when he told this to me. Now I'm realizing this, that the Guru had clearly told me what is going to happen, but I was not able to understand when he told this back then. This is because Guru speaks at a very high level and the disciple listens at a very different level. Same happens in the Granth, in the scriptures, the ones that you read. When you read about when you read about the life of a Guru, we take out a meaning, we apply a meaning that is convenient to us. He must have actually told something, he must have expressed something at a very different level, but we apply our own meaning. For example, Saint Gyaneshwar has said that if you spend time at the gates of the Lords, at the door of the Lord, then you will attain liberation. What does that mean? We did not realize what he actually meant. Nobody understood what he meant. But people read. And then they interpreted it in their own way. They gave it their own meaning. That Sant Gyaneshwar said that if you sit at the door of the temple for 10 minutes, you will attain liberation. Therefore, they made a temple out of bricks. And then they started sitting at the door of such a temple. And then this devil started developing ego also, that now we'll definitely get liberation. Now we'll definitely get moksha, because Saint Gyaneshwar has said, if you spend time at the gates of the Lords, then you will get moksha. But did he really mean that? Did he really say that? Man always finds the easiest meaning. Man always finds the meaning that is most convenient to him. People do yogasana because yoga is difficult. Instead of meditation, they do puja, they do rituals. So in the same way, they used to just put a chair at the door of a temple and used to sit there. But Saint Gyaneshwar has actually said our body as our temple, and then the crown means the door. And what he meant was, if you sit on the crown, if you spend time at the crown, if you attain such a state where you are at the crown, and when you don't have any thoughts from the past, and you don't have any thoughts, such a thoughtless state, if you attain such a thoughtless state and you have come in the central channel with such a practice, with such a spiritual practice, if you do this regularly, then you will attain moksha, then you will attain liberation. This is what he meant. This is a very high state at which he explained, but people took the meaning at a level at which it was convenient to them. So Samadhista Guru is a place through which you reach the living Guru. Let me explain how this works. So for example, if your child is in America and if he is facing a problem, and if he calls you, Dad, I'm facing this problem, what are you going to do sitting over here? Nothing. You can do nothing. So what will you do? You will call your friend who lives in America that, hey, my child is in problem. Can you help him out? Why would you call your friend? Because your friend is near your kid. So in the same way, if you pray to the Samadhista Guru, listen carefully. If you pray to Samadhista Guru, what prayer now? About self-realization, about spiritual progress. But what have you made his use for? To solve your problems, to take care of your problems. Oh my dear, all these problems are within you. They're going to end eventually. What you're asking for is something that is anyways going to get destroyed. Rather ask for something after which you have nothing else that you will be needing, that which is self-realization. If you ask for self-realization, they will not be able to give it. Why? Because they are Samadhists. It is like they are not in America. So they will have to contact, just like in the example, your father had to call your friend in America. So the Samadhista Guru cannot give you self-realization, but he will make sure that happens in your life. How? A living Guru will arrive in your life who will be able to give you self-realization. And you are not worthy of going to a living Guru. The living Guru will arrive in your life. So the level above Samadhista Guru is the living Guru. Why? Because he is close to you. He can give you self-realization. Samadhista Guru cannot give you self-realization. Oh, yes, but he can make sure you reach to the living Guru. These are all different levels. So the lowest level is worshipping 25 gods, then worshipping one god, then believing in Samadhista Guru, and then the next level above is believing in the living Guru. But even the living Guru is not the highest level. The highest level is that you become your own Guru. That is the highest level. It is like the Paras stone. What I mean to say is that once you become your own Guru, that is the highest state of spiritual progress. Once you become your own Guru, you need nothing else. You need no pilgrimage place. You don't need any temple. You don't need any saint. Because everything you will get from your own self. And then each and every chakra will start getting cleared. Your channels will start getting cleansed. The topic of yoga is very vast. I'm not touching upon this because it will take 8 days if I start talking about yoga. Centenary celebration of Shirdi had happened recently, and I took a 8-day workshop, and each day I spoke about each chakra. If you really wish to learn about chakras, then listen to that 8-day discourse. All the information about chakras, about channels is in that 8-day discourse. And note that what I spoke for 8 days is not from any books. I have not read any books in my life, not even one book. Whatever I speak is the knowledge that I have obtained from within. At least empty yourself. Once you empty yourself, all the energies are within you. It will guide you. Even today, I have not prepared what I'm going to what I'll be speaking here today. I have not prepared anything since morning. I'm just here, and that I've just taken into my chitta, all of you, and then whatever is your wish, whatever you want to listen to, I understand that from my chitta, and then I start speaking. Otherwise, I don't prepare on what I'm going to be speaking. It just happens. Through the chitta, I understand your questions. And also note that through my chitta, I understand what you are wanting to listen. My chitta is not in you. I start understanding your problems and everything, but I don't put my chitta in you. So once you attain a very pure chitta, once you establish a pure chitta, you can learn about any person in the world. All of this is possible through yoga. The ultimate goal is that you become your own Guru. This is the last thing. This is the last step. After that, there's nothing else. And we are going to try this, that you become your own Guru. Moreover, no Guru can be with you till your last breath. Why? Because Guru is like a highway. Like if we travel through highway, what happens? First of all, we can travel very fast on a highway. Then we can reach quickly to our house. This is the advantage of the highway. What is it? What is the disadvantage of the highway? That no highway goes till your house. Does any highway go till your house? So Guru is also a highway. He cannot be with you till your last moment. In your last moment, you yourself are with you. Therefore, you need to be your own Guru. But what Guru does is that Guru will make sure that you travel fast. He will make your spiritual progress. So even on the highway, sometimes we take us. If we stop at a highway and start celebrating like a picnic, then police is going to catch hold of you and punish. So in the same way, don't stop on the highway, because if you do that, then you are blocking Guru. Because people behind you will be blocked. So what I mean to say is that Guru is like a highway, and the highway does not go to anybody's house. There is a limit till which the Guru will give you company. After that, you yourself will have to give the company. Therefore, you need to be your own Guru. The Guru will give you company till you become your own Guru. If you cannot explain this way, let me explain through another example. Imagine that on a beautiful mountain, you constructed a nice bungalow and a powerhouse for the electricity is right in front of you. You constructed this bungalow very near to the powerhouse, but your connection is not with that powerhouse. And you have all the electrical instruments in your house, TV, fridge, everything. And the line passes through your house, the electricity line. That electricity line goes all the way till a hut which is far from your bungalow. And when you see the light in that hut at the night, then you also have this fish, that the hut is so far, 1 kilometer away, but even that has light. And my bungalow is so near to the powerhouse, yet there is no light in my bungalow. Then you develop this wish that light should be there in our house also. So what then? So what do you do then? You send an application to the powerhouse that I also need an electricity connection. I also need electric supply. So you express your desire, and then once you express the desire, after a few days, an electrician comes to your house from the powerhouse. Then the electrician establishes the connection of your house with the powerhouse. And after establishing that connection, it all depends on you whether you want to turn on a 15-watt bulb or a 0-watt bulb or a tube light or whatever you want to do. It all depends on you. The electrician who has come to make the connection, he's not going to start turning on the switches. He's not going to come to your house every evening and turn on the switches. Why? Because he has to go and work and establish connections to the powerhouse with other bungalows. So apply this analogy now. Powerhouse means Paramatma, powerhouse means Parmeshwar, and the bungalow means your body, and Guru means that electrician. And when you express that desire for spiritual progress, the Paramatma sends the electrician in the form of Guru in your life. Today in this Shibir, I'm going to establish your connection with the Paramatma, meaning the powerhouse. And then tomorrow I'm going to go away. Why? Because I have to make connections of other bungalows also. Then it all depends on you whether you want to turn on the lights or keep it switched off. Meaning, even after attaining self-realization, whether you meditate, if you don't meditate, that is up to you. The electrician cannot do anything. The Guru's role is simply like that of an electrician. He does nothing else. He only makes the connection. And remember this, that there is nothing that you can obtain from the outside world. And once you obtain self-realization, you only have to make your own spiritual progress. There is nothing else other than spiritual progress that you need to achieve after you achieve self-realization. You only have to make your own spiritual progress after achieving self-realization by meditating regularly. The more you meditate, the more regularly you meditate, gradually you will start making progress. It happens. Even now, you'll see the motor vehicles, cars with gears. Now there are new cars in the market. They are electric cars. There are no gears in it. You just have to press accelerator and it starts driving. In the same way, the sanskars, the spiritual values of this meditation is like an automatic car. There are no gears in it. So don't, it happens, right? You do one course, then you do another course, next level. There is another higher course of 50,000 rupees. You feel that I spend more money by doing this bigger course. There are no courses in this. Whoever have achieved spiritual progress, they have done only one thing over here. Moreover, you should always be in the umbrella of collectivity. What do I mean by that is, by walking in the umbrella of collectivity, should we add anything in this meditation? No. Should we take something out? No. Just be in the collectivity. This mantra that I've been sharing, that is all you have to do, nothing else. Don't add anything to this mantra. Don't take anything out of the mantra. It happens in the pilgrimage of Pandharpur. Everybody says Vitthal, Vitthal, Vitthal. But if you say Ram, 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 now look, is Ram's name bad? No. But it does not apply in the pilgrimage of Vitthal, because in that collectivity you're not going to achieve. And from the name of Vitthal, something came to my mind. At the place of a Varkari, a pilgrim, I had an opportunity to stay at his place. And we talked a lot about the pilgrimage of Pandharpur. He told me that I prepared for a long time for that pilgrimage. And even my health improves when I go on a Pandharpur pilgrimage. So I will tell you the secret of this pilgrimage. Whoever gave the name Vitthal to Lord Krishna, he must be some yogi, Mahatma. Why do I say this? You try this, say Vitthal, 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 Kapal Bharti will automatically happen. Because of this Kriya, what happens is that your breath is thrown outside. And when you exhale in such a way, the feeling of giving develops in you. So in the Varkari, in the pilgrimage, the intention of giving starts developing. So they are very selfless. Their navel chakra will never be blocked, weakened, because it develops this feeling of giving. You also can try this. Keep chanting Vitthal, Vitthal, Vitthal. The Kapal Bharti, the Kriya will automatically happen. If you start saying Vitthal, 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 the Kapal Bharti, the Kriya will automatically happen. So whoever gave this name Vitthal, he must be a yogi person. Because just by chanting, so much influence, so much impact happens on you. And it increases your feeling of giving. And such people can never feel of achieving something. So they are always satisfied. So whoever goes on the pilgrimage, there is a change in them. And then that change is with them throughout the year. Now you can apply this to any other pilgrimage. What I mean to say is that collectivity has a very different influence. If you add if you add something to it, you are outside the umbrella of collectivity because of your ego. That if you feel that if we add something, this will make it better, that's ego. And on the other hand, if you take something out because of laziness, then even then you are outside the umbrella of collectivity. So don't go ahead, don't be behind that umbrella of collectivity. Today, an incident that had happened in my life, the best thing that happened in my life, I'm going to share about that. Through that incident, my life got a mission. And I came to this society with that mission. And the mission is quite different and it is very hard. It needs intense practice of 25 to 30 years. What is that mission? I'll share about that. Once, I was traveling with two Buddhist monks from Burma in some jungles. In the jungles, there are some caves in which some sages, some Buddha sages, have been meditating, and they take large stones and they just use their chisel on it and carve out very little thing through one, and they do this for 25-30 years. This is their way of meditating. And then after 25 to 30 years, they develop something which looks like an idol. Now it's not a perfect idol, they just make some form through the stone. If you look at it, it does not look anything like Buddha, but the vibrations are tremendous because their entire practice, they have worked on that stone for 25 to 30 years. And the vibrations of such idols can be experienced from miles away. And I experienced that in the jungles, and we all felt that there must be some Buddhist monk over there as well, some sage. So we started walking towards that cave, and before we could reach the cave, it became dark, and it was a dense forest. And it is not like how we travel here on roads. We have to make our own way in jungles. There are so many shrubs, there are so many. To travel 1 kilometer in the jungle takes more than an hour sometimes. So by the time we could reach the cave, it became night. And just like you have candles in the society, there are some herbs, there are some plants which are natural light. We lit those up, and somehow we spent time outside that cave. On the next morning, we realized that inside the cave there were 2 or 3 other caves, and a lot of light, a lot of energy was emitting from the cave, and we all were attracted to that. And so we traveled inside that cave. In the cave, two young sages were meditating, and their vibrations, the glow of their energy, the radiance of their energy was so much that we could not even see them. I took this decision that I will be staying there. I told the Buddhist monks had to go some place, and so they said, we won't be spending some time here, we are leaving. But I stayed there back. And after 8 to 10 days, when I was able to match my frequency to their frequency, vibrations has frequencies just like radio frequencies. When our frequencies matched, they told me our aura, our energy field is spread for many kilometers, and nobody can step inside our aura without our wish. and we have called you, and that is why you have been able to reach here. I bowed down completely to them and told that I present myself to you for whatever you have called me here for. They told me that since several years, since many years, we have been meditating here and have been waiting because our gurus wish to take birth, but they're not able to find suitable parents, mother and father. So it is our wish that you go to the society and develop good good mothers and good fathers and inspire them to invite gurus. Such a mission. We are giving you such a mission. I assured them that I will give my whole life for such a mission. Now give it some thought. It is such a hard mission. Coming to the society, preparing a young girl with spiritual progress, making somebody achieve spiritual progress, a young boy, and then inspiring them to invite a guru. You feel that he's my child. You feel that he's my boy, he's my child. I have given in birth. No, but actually, that child has made you a mother, made you a father. So their wish was that don't do guest children. Meaning, what happens is husband and wife develop physical relations, and then a child is born. What they wish is that the spiritual state of the boy and the spiritual state of the girl is good. And then for several months, for 6 months, they both pray that, oh Gurudev, please take birth in our house. We are inviting you. And when their frequencies match with the Guru's energies, that's when they take birth. I have been successful in this mission to some extent. Some gurus have taken birth in India also and outside India also. In the future, they are going to do a lot of promotion work. I'm only creating a way for them. I'm only creating a path for them. I'm just creating an environment for them. I'm creating a good environment for them. So all the children who are going to be arriving, they're all invited children, not guest children. So for this mission, I've been working. So you will notice that in our ashrams, there are young children, there are young boys and young girls. And even their parents are not worried that they are not worried because even their guru is living a normal life. Even I have a wife, I have children, I have grandchildren. So when the guru is not a sannyasi, how will their children become sannyasi? So the parents are not afraid of sending their children because and all these youngsters today are managing all the work in our ashrams. Even today, all the promotion work for this Shibir, all the organization work of this Shibir is being done by these youngsters. An old person like me is just coming on the stage and starting to speak. And based on your receiving, I keep sharing through the discourse. So such a big, grand mission. I would come to the society with such a grand mission. And it happens, right? Like my child got a dog. And who is the mother of that dog, the grandmother of that dog? Meaning even for getting a dog, we do so much research of the breed, of their entire family history. But by bringing children to the house, nothing. We actually imagine about a very nice tree in our house. But how will that happen? If the seed is good, then the tree will be good. If the seed is not, then how will the tree be good? So I'm inspiring young boys and girls that attain a high meditative state, attain a nice spiritual state, attain such a state in 6 months, in a year, and then pray from your soul that, oh Gurudev, that please take birth in our house. When your frequencies will match to their frequencies, they will take birth. Actually, the soul decides who will be their mother and who will be their father. We unnecessarily have this ego that he's my child, she's my child. You are just a medium. They have selected you as a mother, they have selected you as a father. You have done nothing. And every soul has come with something in their mind, and they will select mother and father who will help achieve them their goal. And they take birth in such a house. So their gurus were not finding suitable parents, and therefore they were waiting. So this is a very difficult mission. But I'm not worried. I have complete faith on the words of the Guru, and I'm working on it. It is like that story that 7 oceans across, there is a palace. In that palace there is a lotus. In that lotus there is a bead. If you believe in such stories, then sometimes you go to such palace and then you may find the bead. Otherwise, if you don't believe in such stories, then you won't. So in the same way, my gurus told, Gujarat is your workplace. Now, I had nothing to do with Gujarat. I have no relatives. I don't even know Gujarati. There are so many negative things that I could have thought of. But for me, the guidance that my guru gave, that is at the highest. And just by believing in my guru's words, I came to Gujarat. And today there are 4 ashrams in Gujarat, 250 acres. They are large ashrams, 4 of them. Looking at Gujarat, many people ask from Maharashtra, Swamiji, you are a Maharashtrian. Swamiji, you are a Maharashtrian. In spite of that, there are 4 ashrams in Gujarat and there is no ashram in Maharashtra. And I told them that your question is only your answer. Guru decides everything. After that, a ashram was developed in Goa, in Bangalore. And then Maharashtrians started worrying that there was no ashram in Maharashtra. And then some Maharashtrian sadhaks took 60 acres land, and a large ashram has been constructed in Nagpur. What I mean to say is that until you come forward, nothing is going to happen. If I just sit and say that Guru has said promotion is going to happen, will everything happen? No. I'm traveling since 30 years at several places, in every corner of the world. I'm not sitting at one place and saying Gurus will take care of everything. You have to do the work. Gurus have expressed the wish, we have to start working on it. We have to become medium. What I mean to say is that you'll have to become a medium and start doing the Guru Karya. And then everything will start happening easily. In my life, I've met 3 gurus in the society, not in the Himalayas, in the society, who have left their position as a guru. What I mean by that is, when I had come to Mumbai, in a classroom of a school, my Shibir had taken place. Not even a stray dog knew me. And they blamed that I was doing hypnotism. A disciple of Muktanand, she brought a book of Muktanand and told that he's not doing any hypnotism. just by glance of a guru, just by touch of guru, just by guru mantra, Kundalini does get awakened. And that is what he's doing. He's not doing hypnotism. In that same Shibir, Nemisha ji had come, and she was a healer, teacher of healing. Everybody knew her, but nobody knew me. And a social worker had got me from Himalayas to this. And one lady was just revolving in the program. And everybody started watching to see this, what is going to happen next. She's just going round and round, round and round. Some people tried to keep her, to calm her down. I knew that she had reached the crown chakra but was not able to come down. And then I kept my hand on her head, and then she became stable. She told that I've been chanting for so many days. Today I found a guide. And then she was the first guru in my life who merged all her centers. And then automatically everything, Vadodara, Goa, all the centers that she was running, she merged into it. It is very hard to do this because she was respected by everyone. And even Rambhai, who does Shantipat, he has joined since 25 years. When I took a Shibir in Navsari, he did not even know my name. And he used to do promotion. And when people used to ask him, whose Shibir is it? And then he used to take a chit from his pocket and say, read my name, Shivkrupanand Swami. People used to say him, you don't even know the name and you are promoting his Shibir. So what I mean to say is that the first 3 gurus that I met, their centers helped promote this work a lot. In Kutch, a Sadhvi had come to meet me. And she told me, Swamiji, since our guru has departed his body, he made me guru, but I have no experience and I don't know how to guide them. So it is my wish that I'll bring all my disciples, and then you help us experience Anubhuti, and you help my disciples also experience Anubhuti. She confessed this in front of her disciples. She was this third guru who honestly told that she has not experienced any Anubhuti. The third guru he's an American, but his wife lives in Germany, so he lives in Germany. So he came in Dandi ashram. He took a photograph of his disciple from his pocket, and then he told Swamiji, she's my disciple and she has this problem. I looked at her problems, but then I told her, like, don't worry about this. You spend time in the ashram and meditate for 45 days. So he meditated in the ashram for 45 days. And then he told everybody that he is at a higher spiritual level than me. And I'm accepting his as my guru. And then 600 disciples of his joined on this path. So in my life, there have been three gurus have arrived who have helped expand this Guru Karya a lot. So what I mean to say is that just by fully believing in Guru's words, a lot of progress can happen. Namisha ji took me to Gujarat. And we had taken a halt on the road, and I told her, you have no clue of what you're doing. I told her that you have no idea of what good work you're doing. I told her that my workplace is Gujarat. My gurus have indicated. She also did not no idea. And then everything developed from Gujarat. And then I went to London. And then in London, Rambai had made a group of Patels in London. And he used to talk to all these Patels that please sponsor our Swamiji, please our Swamiji. They used to ask, what is the Swamiji do? Does he do Ram Katha? Does he read about Ram? Does he do Bhagavad Katha? They said no. And then they were wondering, what does the Swamiji do? They cannot explain what Swamiji does. Eventually, one Patel agreed to sponsor me, but he had these conditions. I'm not going to keep Swamiji in my house. My house is very small. They told that don't worry about his stay, just sponsor him. He told that I will not organize his program also. So these people told, don't worry about his programs also, just sponsor him. They told, like, once you bring him, we'll manage all the other things. So then as soon as we reached the Heathrow airport, there was also another Patel. Both of them were arguing, both of them inviting me to come to his house. Then I decided that the one who sponsored me, I'll go and stay into his house. And then in the evening, there was a program in Patel Society. And my program was right in middle of a dinner. They told me, like, whatever you want to speak, you can speak during this 30 minutes. And then they were wondering, like, Swamiji, we are so sorry, like, this is how the program happened. And I told, that's okay, whatever is the situation, we can handle accordingly. And then the Patel who had sponsored me, he emptied his house and then organized a Shibir. 80 people attended at Shibir. Moreover, I took a program in Ramakrishna Mission. And then after the program, I spoke to the abbot that if you have suggestions, please give them to me. Give me any feedback. He told me that your goods are very good, but the packing is very bad. I asked, what does that mean? I used to wear a lungi and a kurta, and I used to take programs. And I told that it is my wish that every person thinks of me as one amongst them. What I thought about is, like, when you're playing with a kid, if you are at the kid's level, from first level, and invite, come kid, the kid will approach. But if you call a kid from the 20th level, the kid will not even come to you. So I thought I wanted to be like one amongst them. But he argued with me that, imagine there's a Sanskrit newsreader. If you wear a suit and boot and give such a Sanskrit news, will that look good? No, right? So it is my wish that you wear saffron clothes and take a program. And I told him, no, I'm worried that people will think that I'm a sadhu, a sage. And they told that, no, you should wear suitable clothes. Sages are also good. So it is because of the abbot of Ramakrishna Mission that I started wearing such clothes. But because of this, I had a disadvantage in London. The house in which I stayed in London, the wife of that person, of that Patel, she used to always say when I was around, I have to pay this electricity bill, I have to pay this installment of the loan. And I was wondering why she used to say such things when I'm around. And then later I learned that she was worried that while leaving their house, I may ask for some donation. And she was worried that because I was wearing clothes like a sage, how will they say no to me? So they were really worried. But when I left, I asked nothing. And then I went Wales, I went to different places in UK. And then after returning, I really did not take any donation. There is a very bad impression of sadhus from India, because outside India, because they ask for a lot of donations. So they were really convinced that he's going to really ask for some donation at the end. But I broke that impression of theirs, because I really did not ask for any donation. And when I was leaving UK, they themselves came to me with some donation. Swamiji, it is our wish that we want to give you some Guru Dakshina. This is some donation for you. And I told that, doesn't Does a mouse ever help an elephant? Your, your, your state is like of a little mouse, whereas in India, the state is like of a large elephant. Keep this money with you and apply in Guru Karya in UK. Today, there are 7 centers in UK and there's an ashram. Why? Because I didn't take their donation. I gave it to them to promote work in Guru Karya. So what I mean to say is that the work has evolved. The work has made progress in such a way. So it's the work spread in different places from London also. What I mean to say is that I just had complete faith in the words of my guru and I went to Gujarat. And from Gujarat, this work spread worldwide. And the Patel community has a huge contribution in this work. They have stood like a tall tree in every work in my life. I'm very grateful to two people. First is Shiv Baba, who gave me the spiritual seed. Actually, you don't realize, but the process of self-realization is not so easy. You need to give away your own element, a part of yourself for that. And you don't even know whether the person receiving it is going to make you any use of it. In spite of that, you have to give that element of consciousness. Why? Because every seed has the possibility of growing into a tree. So Shiv Baba had given me that seed. And he also told me that your workplace is Gujarat. Just like on a letter, you have a seal, and through that you know where is that letter destined for. So once the Guru put a stamp, the other Gurus, they just saw the stamp and they knew where I was headed to. They used to send me from one Guru to another Guru to another. This used to continuously happen. The color of every Guru was different. The language of every Guru was different. The behavior of every Guru was different. I have written about all my Gurus in my book, but I have never criticized any of these Gurus. Just give it some thought. A person who has not seen any other human being for several years, meaning a person who's living in a jungle and who himself appears like a wild human being. Will you even stand such a person on a stage? You will think that he's not a real saint. So actually the real saints will not be coming here and you will not be able to handle them. So they have sent me. It is very difficult. And once when I was departing from a soul, I bowed down to touch his feet. And he stopped me midway and he told, "Hey, why are you bowing down to me? I'm not even equivalent to, my state is not even equivalent to the state of your nails." And I asked, "Why are you saying such a thing?" They have said so many such things, but they speak at one level and disciples listen at another level. So different forms of Guru came in my life. Different Gurus came in my life. But still, the element of Guru, the Guru element in all of them was one and the same. I never felt a difference in the Guru element in all of them. The outer form and the inner form. It's a puzzle of these forms. I recollected an incident from several years ago. And it is not that such saints are not It's not that such people are not in the society. Even in Alandi, there are such people. In my family, they didn't know. They didn't know, but I brought all of them. I brought my wife, I brought my children, and I brought them to the Samadhi for darshan. And on the steps behind, we all sat. And then an old lady came to me and she told me, "Today you're sitting outside, it feels like." Did my wife and my kids did not understand what she was saying. Why was she saying such a thing? I told them, she's not stuck to the outer form of Guru. She's stuck, she's connected to the element of Guru. So she felt that Saint Gyaneshwar is sitting outside today. That is why I'm saying you should be connected to the Guru element. Then you will not be seeing any difference between Gurus. All the Guru elements are one and the same, just that their outer forms are different. So many Gurus have come in my life, but I have never felt that this Guru is different than the other Guru. A- And I have achieved this with so much of intense work, so much of hard work, so much of obstacles that I have seen. I have not achieved this so easily as you're achieving by sitting on these cushions. You should not pay attention to the behavior of the Guru. You should not pay attention to how a Guru is talking. You only have to stay focused on the inner knowledge that he's imparting. I'll try to explain this and you'll try to, let's see what. I used to sit under a tree for several days, for several months. And then a fruit used to fall after several days. And then I used to pick it. And in the same way, I used to wait for several days for one fruit to fall. And that's how I have collected all these fruits. And how have you received these fruits? I have found those trees. I have collected those fruits. I brought those fruits that I collected with intense practice. I washed those fruits. I made them clean. I cut the fruit into small pieces. I removed all the seeds from the fruit. And then I'm putting the fruit in your mouth and you're still throwing it out. Oh, my dear, you only will have to swallow it. A mother may give how much ever food, but eventually the child has to swallow it. So you only will have to absorb what I'm giving you. I cannot meditate on your behalf. So what I mean to say is that what I have achieved, what I have attained is not easy. Just because it is free, don't undervalue it. It happens. In Mumbai, a few businessmen told me, Swamiji, this is really good, but because it is free, people might think this is third class. And I told them that that is their lookout, that is their thought. What can I do? Some people feel that I'm not giving them time. What I mean to say is that some things are beyond any value. You cannot put any value to it. You just cannot apply any value. You cannot trade any value for some things. They are beyond all the value. You all are really, you must have done some punya. You are very lucky to be here. You are very fortunate because of the good deeds of a previous birth. You are getting this. Saint Gyaneshwar had told to his guru that I have written about Kundalini. I have written about chakra. I've written about Anubhuti. I've written about its advantages. But who's going to believe in it? This is all written in the books, but who's going to believe in it? So should I make people experience the Anubhuti? Should I make people experience it so that they can trust it, they can believe in it? Because it is all written in Gyaneshwari. You know what his Gurudev told him? This is not your area of work. This area of work is going to come after 700 to 800 years, and it is going to happen in collectivity. This is not the time. So this is not even the right time, and you're not even the authorized. This is not your area of work right now. Moreover, this is not the right time. After 700 to 800 years, this will happen in a collective way. So today, not just people from Alandi are here. People from multiple countries have come. Why? Because this is the time that Saint Gyaneshwar's Guru had talked about. This is the time that his Guru had talked about. Moreover, it was not that you did not have Guru in your previous births. It is not that you did not have body in your prior lives. But the Guru was not authorized to do it at that time. The most important thing is the time. So the word authorized is very important. I was told to teach to Jain Munis, and so I am teaching to Jain Munis. So the time is very important. It is not that you did not have bodies in your previous birth. But where were you stuck? The body was not capable to attain self-realization. Just like a weak pot cannot collect a lot of water, because if you put a lot of water in it, the pot will break. So in your previous birth, your body did not have that capacity to attain self-realization. But today your body does have that. So first of all, thank your parents, thank your mother and father that they gave you such a body which is capable to attain self-realization. So first of all, you have now attained a body which you did not have until now. In this birth, you have attained a body through which you can attain self-realization. And today, you are present at a time in which self-realization can be easily attained. Guru existed even before. The element of Guru existed in the past, it exists today, and it will exist even in the future. It is not going to end, it is endless. Moreover, keep in mind that whatever we have achieved is to distribute. Otherwise, there is no moksha. Otherwise, there is no liberation. Even the Himalayan Gurus, whatever they attained, whatever knowledge they achieved, they gave it to me and they liberated themselves. And I have so much knowledge from all these Gurus. They have given me so much. And I know that in my life, I will not be able to distribute it all. So much is the knowledge that they are given that I know that this body will not be able to distribute it in this birth. So think about this way. There is a scholar person who has a lot of knowledge about one topic. When he dies, everybody is worried. He had so much knowledge. Look, he died and took away all the knowledge with him. I'm not going to make this mistake. You know what I have done? I have made my own idols. In those idols, I have put my own knowledge. And for 45 days, I have done Anushthan and have prepared this murtis, these idols, these statues. And the future generation will come and they'll be able to accept the knowledge. I'm not taking this knowledge with me. What is my aim is that I establish all this knowledge in these statues. So through the mediums of these energy statues, through the mediums of these idols, I am spreading the knowledge worldwide. These are not temples. These are not temples. These are meditation centers. These are places for meditation. So I tell the sadhaks that don't go to do a darshan, get a glimpse of the murti. Because what happens is that when you take a darshan, you go inside and you see it and you come out. Over here, what is going to happen is you're not able to meditate outside, but when you go in front of the statue, it is going to help you attain a meditative state. Why? Because the murti, the energy statue has its own aura. As soon as you step in its aura, you will attain a meditative state. You don't have to meditate. You also have something in your past deeds. That is why you have reached here. No Tom, Dick, or Harry can just simply come and sit here in my aura. Many ministers request, Swamiji, we need to see you. And I tell them, yes, come, but then don't reach me. Meaning, if you're worthy of reaching to me, you will definitely reach. So I never pay attention to who has come, why have you come. Once you have come here, that means you're worthy of it. Many saints tell me that, Swamiji, a topic like self-realization, you are just distributing it so easily, so simply. I tell them, no. One who is not worthy of self-realization will never reach me. Whoever comes in front of me, whoever reaches me, is definitely worthy of self-realization. So, what Saint Gyaneshwar has written, he has written on universal religion. So, universal religion is only possible through inner religion. There is no other way to it. And if you think of yourself as stone, if you believe in yourself to be a soul, then all these boundaries will end about caste, religion, language, country, all these boundaries will end. And I'm not saying this based on reading in any books. This is the experience of my 30 years. It is only through the religion of soul that the universal religion can be materialized. In the G20 summit, there were several meetings that took place. They had put this slogan, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world is one family. But are they able to explain how is it possible to implement it? Because there is no such religion, no such caste, no such book, no such language that the entire world believes in, that the entire world follows. The one thing that has been accepted by everyone in the world is yoga, is the inner religion. Only that can manifest the universal religion. So he has not just written in the books. It is not a wild imagination. It is something that is really possible. It has become possible. People from different religions, people from different castes, they're all on this path. You start meditating, everything will start resolving itself. Like when we travel through a plane, when we travel through an airplane, we first see that was my village, that is left behind. Then you say that was my state, that is also left behind. Then you say my country, that is also left behind. So as you make spiritual progress, all these things are left behind. You keep on progressing, you achieve higher state, and all these things start falling behind. And make yourself so pure, so holy, that impure people cannot even be around you. Keep this in mind. When all the dust gets accumulated in one corner of the house, it pulls all the other dust as well. If there are bad people around you, that means you are also bad. That is why those bad people came to you, right? If there are any tantrics around you, nobody's around. Just like there is day, there is also night. But look, I'm not wearing any rudraksh, I'm not wearing any amulets, I'm not wearing any threads, but I have complete faith that Paramatma is within me and nobody can do any bad to me. You also establish such a faith, a belief. Look, the more you are dependent on wearing these beads, these rings, these threads, your chitta becomes weaker. Your chitta becomes weak. Also keep this in mind. Never fear God. Never fear any deity. That, oh, if I don't do this ritual, then God will be angry on me. God or Paramatma is a positive force of energy. It will never do any harm to you. Guru is like a sewing machine. It can never operate like a scissor and cut things apart. I'll tell you an interesting thing. I went to his village once and he was running a center. Swamiji, I used to abuse you so much. How did I become a disciple? So even those who abuse me, those who curse me, they also achieve liberation. They also achieve moksha. How? Let me explain. That if you're if you hold a rose near you, then the smell is automatically going to come to you. The rose is never going to give you bad smell. So if you cannot meditate, you can also start cursing me. Even then, you will achieve moksha. Why? Because your chitta will still be on me by cursing me. So if you keep your chitta on me, you will automatically receive vibrations. What I mean to say, Guru has nothing negative in his life. How can Paramatma have anything negative? If you want to do namaskar, do. If you want to do ritual, do that also. What I feel sometimes is that whatever commitment you take, whatever commitment you make, but if you don't do that, it is not that God is going to feel bad. It is not that Paramatma is going to feel bad. Your soul will feel bad. Even, think of it as even a small example, like if you decide to reach a meeting at 11 o'clock, but if you're not able to reach at 11 o'clock, then you yourself start feeling guilty that I was not able to meet my commitment. So make commitment only if you can fulfill it. So don't do anything that your soul will not be happy with. If sometimes you are in a dilemma whether you should do something or not, at that time your friends force you a lot. Hey, everybody is doing it. Don't think it so much. Just do it. But then your soul is guiding you from inside, but it is at a very low frequency. This inner voice is very little. Don't do this, okay? Don't this, okay? Don't do this. But you have so much influence of your friends and of your surrounding that you actually end up doing it. And then when the results are unfavorable, the results are bad, then all your friends, everybody around you, they'll leave you behind. And that's when your soul will start reminding you, I had warned you, don't do this work. In spite of that, you did this. I told you clearly, don't do this. In spite of that, you did this. Then you try to go to a resort and try to forget these things. But your soul, that cassette from your inner voice keeps playing. All your relatives, all your friends left you behind. Your inner voice is still with you. So don't fear anybody in this world. Fear only your soul. And as you go deeper in meditation, your soul will become your guru. And after your soul becomes your guru, it will guide you in everything. whatever you ask for, it will approve you of it in the right way, because your soul has become strong. There are three things that you need to really make strong. First of all, your body. A weak body, a sick body is of no use to anybody. It is not of use to you, it is not of use to your family, it is of use to nobody. So be healthy. The biggest Guru Karya is to stay healthy, physically fit. And it's not that I'm saying it to you. I also exercise every day. I'm over 70 and I'm still fit. I travel all around the world. You're actually you're doing a favor on your family, to your friend circle, to your community, to your workplace, that you're not sick. So first of all, take care of your health. And moreover, you worry a lot about several things in life, but leave all of that and take care of your health first. Why do you keep worrying about others so much? Worry about your own health first. Second, keep your mind healthy. Take care of your mental health. What I mean by that is, pay attention to what kind of thoughts you're getting. What will happen automatically? You will understand what your mind is guiding you. Be in good company, be with good people. Keep that in mind. If somebody is getting involved in a lot of negative things, however close that person is to you, don't be in their company. Leave their company. Because otherwise, eventually, they will make you also end up doing negative things. The peak of negativity is that if you develop this feeling of committing a suicide, that is the peak of the negative thoughts. So first of all, make your body healthy. Second, make your mind healthy. And then third, make your soul strong. Just like you feed good food to your body, in the same way, give food to your soul as well. Meditation is the food for your soul. Learn to be by yourself. Learn to be alone, in isolation, in solitude. We came alone and we have to leave alone as well. So practice such a thing. Nobody is going to come with you. Make your soul your guru and practice to be in solitude. What will happen as a result of this is, useless thoughts will stop coming to you. Leave the company of people who give you a lot of thoughts. So keep your body healthy, keep your mind healthy, keep your soul healthy. And the more healthy the soul is, the more spiritual progress you will attain. And you will get all the guidance from within. Why am I saying this? Whatever is coming to me, I'm actually saying. I've not decided all these things and come here. It is depending on your receiving, I'm saying these things. It is all based on your receiving that I'm saying these things. Whatever is your receiving, it is all coming out today. Once a guru and his wife, both of them had come to see me and Guruma. They are from Maharashtra. The wife asked me one question: when should I consider my husband as a guru? When do you consider your husband to be a guru and a husband? And the Guruma told that when I pray, he's guru. When he fights with me, he's my husband. It is extremely difficult, huh? To believe in your husband as a guru is very difficult, because all the mess that a husband has, it is very difficult to deal with it. The first anubhuti that I made someone experience was Guruma. That is why I say that I'm grateful to two people. First is Shiv Baba, because Shiv Baba gave me that spiritual seed that has grown into a strong tree today. And the one who took care of that seed is Guru Ma. She used to guide me when I should stay at home. She used to instruct me, stay at home for a few months, and I used to do that. Imagine, to work, to take care of kids, and moreover, not allowing any negative thoughts to come while raising three kids. Always being positive. It happens. It happened after we got married. I told her that it is my wish that I want to make spiritual progress. I want to go to the Himalayas. And she told me that soul always guides us what to do. So whatever your soul is guiding you, you please do that. And when I left working, when I left job, when I left my work, my manager told me, did you get a better offer anywhere? Just tell me what offer you have and I'll match that offer. I told him that if you find me working anywhere else in the world, just drag me from that place. So he understood that he's not going to work anywhere anymore. And the same thing, my father used to curse me. He was very angry on me for not working. My wife told me that if you're not working, the challenges will be faced by me. But you don't worry about what your father is saying. The day I go to your father to raise my kids, to take care of our family, that's when you should start worrying. So right now there is a TV serial that is being made on me. I told the director that what are the difficult times in your life? I told, when I took this decision. Later, when I started taking programs in jungle, my father used to curse me that they are also blind and he is the king of all the blind people, because he is also himself not knowing what he's saying. But then I traveled worldwide. I went to Japan, I went to UK, I went to Germany. When I started traveling to all these countries, my father started saying that there is something in you that as a father I'm not able to see. Otherwise, why will people from all the worldwide call you? One of the achievements of my life is that I used to do namaskar to my father because he was my father. And then later, he did namaskar to me as a guru. In my entire family, nobody believes in me. In Ramakrishna Mission, the abbot showed me a book in which it was written that no family member of a, snake charmer comes to see the play, to see his play. So no family member of mine came here. My family is all my sadhaks. So I may have lost a few family members, but today millions of sadhaks are my family. And I'm saying this, it is not just something that happens with me. It will happen with you also. It could happen with you also. Like for example, when I go to attend a family wedding, in whichever corner I sit, nobody comes to that corner. So the reason I'm sharing this is that don't bore your family members the way I did it. What I mean to say is, the imagination, the thought process of a common man is very different. Just like people thought women are an obstacle of on the spiritual path, looking for Paramatma outside is also a mistake. The meditation is also for those who want to go to the jungle. This is also a myth. This is also a mistake in the society. I've learned this from several yoga teachers. Is that Swamiji, we are taught that if you have to meditate, you have to go to the jungle. So that is when I realized. So actually, doing puja, doing rituals is the easier part. There is a difference between performing a puja, ritual, and meditation. In meditation, even if one thought about your friend comes to you, your meditation breaks. Whereas in puja, in ritual, you keep doing that even when you get such thoughts. My brother has a temple of Vittal, and he does regular puja from morning 5 to 10 or 11 for several hours. Once I had stayed with him and I asked him, brother, the 6 hours of puja that you do, for how long do you get thoughtless state? Because I knew from my chitta that he was performing puja, but he had a lot of thoughts. They're both going on parallelly. He actually countered, questioned me, what do you even mean by thoughtlessness state? I told him that thoughtlessness is a state in which you don't get thoughts of the past, no thoughts of the future. He was a very genuine person. He told me that not even for a minute I get such a state. Even when I was doing the puja of Vitthal today, I was thinking about my children. So the puja is taking place. The thoughts are also taking place. Whereas in meditation, that is not the case. Even if you get one thought, your meditation, the state of a meditation breaks. So a common man thinks that meditation is something that sannyasis need to do, not a common man. To break this belief, gurus have sent me to this society because I'm just like you. I have a family. If I can make spiritual progress, if I can attain a high spiritual state, why can't you? So keep this in mind. You don't know how many times I have fallen. You don't know how many times I have failed. Today I have reached a very high state of meditation, but I have fallen down thousands of times. But but my all my failures, nobody has seen that. But I have also failed many times. So all the people who have attained a high state in meditation, they all have tried several times. Nobody has simply achieved a high state of meditation. Those who have attained high state, nobody can see how many times they have fallen. So remember that behind a successful person who has attained a high state of meditation, there are thousands of failures. So don't be feared. Don't fear those days when you cannot attain a meditative state. And also remember that I have not come to this path with any expectations. But in spite of that, today I have everything in my life and I have nothing that I wish to achieve. Today I feel that I have achieved everything. Even during this Shibir, I don't even think about tomorrow. Like yesterday I spoke and I never thought about tomorrow is the last day. It was, if the third day comes, otherwise it's okay. So meaning, what I mean to say is that I don't think about future at all. What I mean to say is that don't even have this expectation of getting a meditative state. It is not in your hands whether you get a meditative state or not, and expectations make your practice impure. The soul does the practice of attaining Paramatma, and expectations make it impure. Therefore, don't even have this expectation that you should attain a meditative state. We'll now meditate. And just like I said yesterday, today we will experience Saint Gyaneshwar's Anubhuti. We will experience the Anubhuti of the crown. So keep your attention on the crown. Take your right hand, and moreover, learn to sit on the ground. Learn to sit on the earth. Earth is your mother. Why are you leaving connection with the earth? Learn to meditate on ground by sitting on the ground itself. Practice it. And in this collectivity, it is going to be easy. Thousands of people are sitting on the ground. We also will be able to sit with them. It is easy. Even in England, when I go to foreign countries, they also sit on the ground. Adivasis believe in earth to be their mother. They believe. They pray to her. When I go to the foreign countries, I don't speak so much. I speak a little bit and then they translate in Germany. Over there, I do more of practical. Nothing much. I take a stone from roadside, and then I call a healer and ask them to check the vibrations of the stone. The healers will say that whatever is the vibrations of the stone. Then I take the stone in my hand. I do meditation. I vibrate the stone, and then I ask the healer to check the vibrations again. That those vibrations travel for miles. Then I explain to them that when we instill life force in the energy statues, this is how it is done. Then I take bottles, water bottles of the same company, 2 water bottles, and then I make sadhaks sit in a circle, and then I vibrate 1 bottle, and then make everybody taste that water. Whoever is at the physical level, they will say that they found the water very sweet. Then somebody says like they felt cold while drinking the water deep inside. That is a better state. And then the best state is that they simply attain a meditative state. And then there is another experiment that I do. I take everyone to a large ground like this one. I go to one corner and then I ask people to come towards me in batches of 10. And then I ask them to come walk towards me. And they're not able to walk towards me. They feel a layer of energy while walking. So I explain to them with such experiments, with such practical things. Because if I speak a lot, then it will need a lot of translation. So people over there know about aura, they know about vibrations. Okay, let's meditate, otherwise I'll keep talking. So take your right hand. You're making me speak so much that I'm going away from meditation. Now, keep your right hand on your crown and gently press it. And then rotate it 3 times in a clockwise direction. And then slowly bring your hand down. Say the mantra with me for 3 times. मी एक पवित्र आत्मा आहे. I am a holy soul. मी एक शुद्ध आत्मा आहे. I am a pure soul. मी एक पवित्र आत्मा आहे. I am a holy soul. मी एक शुद्ध आत्मा आहे. I am a pure soul. मी एक पवित्र आत्मा आहे. I am a holy soul. मी एक शुद्ध आत्मा आहे. I am a pure soul. Now keep your chitta on your crown and meditate. Okay. Oh, oh Paramatma, please grace me with self-realization. Oh Paramatma, please grace me with self-realization. Oh Paramatma, please grace me with self-realization. We'll now pray. Shri Ganeshwar Maudi, please grace us with the cold vibrations on the crown chakra. Please grace us with your cold vibrations on our crown chakra. Namaskar. A Pakshi, a bird, and a Brahmin have two births. A bird takes a birth in the egg and then once and the second time when it hatches. The same way, a Brahmin also takes a birth twice. Once when he's born and then once when his soul is born. So today on Hanuman Jayanti, your second birth has taken place. Your the soul has taken birth. Keep that in mind. We'll now do Shanti Pat. Om Dyo Shanti Antarikshagvam Shanti Prithvi Shanti Rapah Shanti Raushadhayah Shanti Vanaspatayah Shanti Vishve Devah Shanti Brahma Shanti Sarvagvam Shanti Shanti Reva Shanti Kshama Shanti Redhi Om Shanti 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 Sarvarishta Sushanti Re Bhavatu.